Okay, so our other disabled rabbit issue that we sometimes see are chronic head tilts. And so what a chronic head tilt is the head that's tilting to one side of the body for a prolonged period of time. And sometimes when we have head tilts happen in rabbits, sometimes they are permanent. Best case scenario, it's a short-term thing. We're able to fix the underlying cause, it's resolved, and the rabbit is able to go on and live a normal life. But unfortunately, there are several rabbits that when they have a head tilt, we fix the underlying problem, but the tilting issue remains. And they have to live with this head that's permanently tilted to the side. There's lots of different causes for head tilts. We did talk a little bit about some of the causes in previous lectures. I did just go ahead and list the few different causes for head tilts, which we're not going to talk about today, but just as a reminder. Okay, so then with this disability, what are the complications from it? Well, the good news is there aren't a lot of complications from chronic head tilts. It really tends to be more of a problem, I think, for us looking at them than it is for the rabbit. A lot of rabbits who have head tilts, once they get adapted to having this head tilt and being able to see their world in a different perspective, do fine. A lot of them learn how to get around, live happy lives, hop all over the place. They look different, and it makes us a little upset sometimes because we want to see them looking perfect, but in reality, they are happy. They're doing great, and sometimes it's really more us that's the problem than them. So, issues that you can see, though. The complications that will occasionally arise is sometimes eye problems. And the reason because of that is if your head's constantly tilted to the side, that eye, which was kind of once up, is now going to be more in contact with being close to the floor. And they sometimes will scrape themselves or get a little bit of debris or dirt or something in their eye. So they're just a little bit more prone to maybe little eye infections or scratches. And then some of them are going to be prone to a little bit more reduced activity. It kind of depends on how severe the head tilt is. If it's a mild tilt that's permanent, some will still act completely normal. If we have a really severe head tilt, they may have a little bit more difficulty getting around as much as they once were able to before. So how can we avoid these sort of complications? Well, with the eye issues, it's just cleaning the eye out and lubricating it on a daily basis. So you can get like saline to kind of rinse the eye out, make sure that there's no debris in there, or even just getting some lubricating eye drops to drop into the eye to make sure it's staying nice and moist and not having stuff kind of accumulate there. I did put just an example of one kind of eye ointment on there. That's a really common eye ointment that's used for rabbits. We also, try to encourage them to exercise so that they're moving around a little bit more. We're not having those other complications occur from not moving much. And then physical therapy can be helpful too if we have a lot of muscle atrophy that occurs secondary to that, maybe not moving as much. And I just put this picture up of this little guy who has a head tilt, but he's out. If you look at the picture around him, he's actually outside in the grass, and he seems like he's having a good time. He doesn't care that he has a head tilt. He's figured it out. He's enjoying the grass. So though we may look at it as a disability, I really don't think it's a huge disability for the rabbit.